So, good day. Well, hello boys and girls, and welcome to another exciting episode of Sticky Elephant. I hope you have your popcorn in hand and you're sitting there in your pants, knickers, ready to be entertained. So a couple of things I want to talk about. Tomorrow we are having to wear mace? God, I will talk properly in a moment. Tomorrow we are having to wear face masks, and it is compulsory. And if you get caught not wearing a face mask in certain places, which I don't actually know what places they mean or they are, I assume like a supermarket I know is one of them, but if you're caught not wearing a face mask, then you're going to get £100 fine. And it seems really strange to me that after 4 months of a pandemic that I've been going into supermarkets and so on of this deadly disease, that all of a sudden now you have to wear a face mask. It just seems silly. It's kind of like turning up to a baby shower with a load of condoms as a gift for the new pregnant tea, or closing the gate after the horse has bolted. It makes absolutely no sense. And the thing is with that, I can't help but feel it is violating my human rights, because you're telling me I have to put something on my face that potentially that I don't want to do. Like, there's just so many things around what's going on at the moment globally that just don't make any sort of sense to me. And you know, look, there are a load of different theories about what's going on, but if you were to just look at it from a numbers point of view, i.e. if you look at the amount of deaths that occurred from seasonal flu in 2014, 2015, you'll find that they were actually the same amount as what's going on with you know, the situation at the moment. So like, my question would be to all of these government officials and so on, like, what's the difference between 2014, 2015 and 2020? But I don't know, it's a conversation that it doesn't really matter how much you talk about it or what you say, because ultimately the government are the government, and until the people of the world unite, nothing's ever going to change. We're still going to have these Ponzi government officials that get paid £100 billion a year to basically do sweet FA. But I don't know. On a more positive note, what I'm going to be doing as well is I've decided to try and make a documentary about motorcyclists, about people like you and people like me, and why we actually like motorcycling. And I'm going to put a link in the description, because if you're interested in participating and you don't mind being photographed with your bike, and also a small interview that could be maybe, well, I don't know how long it's going to be yet, but if you don't mind stepping in front of the camera as well, then I'd be interested to hear from you. And look, there isn't any specific criteria that you need to be in this documentary that I'm thinking of doing. It's just a case of, look, are you a motorcyclist? In the sense that if you've got a motorbike at the moment, then you qualify, and you could have your license or been riding motorcycles for 6 months. You could be riding motorcycles for 60 years. I'm definitely interested in hearing from you for this documentary that I am thinking of putting together. So as I say, all of the details are going to be in the description below. So yeah, have a little gander. Look at this traffic. This is why I want to move away from in and around the M25 Look at this, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at this. Look at this traffic. It's just so busy. It is so busy. And where I live in Southend in Essex. And there's really two main roads out of Southend in Essex, which is the A127 and the A13, which can basically take you anywhere around the world, and this is the A127. And look at this, what really pisses me off is this is to do with roadworks. So it's like a busy part of the day, 2 lanes, main road, and they've closed off one of the lanes. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, that's another reason I want to move from Southend, from Essex, from London sort of counties, because it's just too crowded. As well, the actual councils like Southend Council, Essex, thank you, Essex Council, and well, Essex Council, you know what I mean, like the councils in Essex and London are just useless. I really do think that they're yeah, they're just overpaid morons, to be honest with you. And if you don't believe me, just phone them up for whatever reason, and I promise you your opinion will change. So boys and girls, you're joining me today because I'm going to go and get my BMW S1000RR serviced. I'm getting the 12,000 service done today, and I've only had it for 10 minutes. Well, when I picked it up, it had 9,000 miles on the clock, so I've done 9, 10, 11, 12. I've done 3,000 miles on this bike in the best part of 6 weeks. Is it 6 to 7 weeks, maybe 2 months? That's how much I've been on this bike and using it, and how much I love it, and how juicy this bike is. And I'm in love with this bike. I'm absolutely head over heels in love with this motorcycle. And yeah, just getting a service. I mean, again, when I'm going back to BMW, where the actual the showroom I'm going to at the moment is the one where I test rode the S1000RR Sport 2020 model. So I'm going to have another look at that. Which, because I kind of decided, if you watch my previous video on post thoughts of the 2020 BM, I kind of decided that I was going to stick with my guns and just stay with this bike for at least a year. At least before the 18,000 service on this bike is due, because that is the best part of an £800 service, because I've got to do something with the valves, the valve clearances or whatever. And yeah, I guess, you know, I think I'm just going to enjoy this bike for maybe, well, another sort of 5,000 or 6,000 miles. Yeah, until I probably upgrade to the new Generation 4 RR. So boys and girls, my camera, my 4K drift camera, decided to have a brain fart, so it didn't work, so I couldn't walk you into the showroom and yeah, all that sort of good stuff. So I've managed to fiddle around with it and get it working, I guess. Is it working? Yes, it is. I think probably going to break down in a moment. But yeah, I've had my beast serviced. So they've changed the oil filter, they've changed the boob lights, the carbidingulator for the valve underneath the seat, they've changed that as well. And it is ready to rock and roll. I do need some fuel, so I better get some fairly quickly. So just got out of BMW, and they're basically trying to sort me out a really good deal on a new S1000RR, the grey one with the orange RR. Personally, I think that colour looks absolutely beautiful. That would be the one I would go for. He's going to send me some figures and prices for me to have a little think. I can't even believe I'm saying this out loud, but yeah, I think I might buy a new one. I didn't think I would, but he's going to try and sort me out on a little deal. and yeah, see how we get on, basically. I think the grey one is the best, and I'm not going to get the M Sport because I think it's just too track focused. The seat is like sitting on a bit of chipboard, as where the Sport is a little bit more forgiving. So boys and girls, thank you buddy. So boys and girls, I will leave you there and see you in the next one. And I've actually lost my wallet. God, I'd forget my head if it weren't screwed on. So if you like these videos, you know what to do. Slap that like button, give it a big slap with your digits, with your sausage fingers, and I would really appreciate it. Bye. Still recording. Still recording. Oh yeah. Are you still here? Have you not got some work to do? Well, some other YouTube videos to watch.